Yo, can you hear me? Can you hear me? I see the mic is working. We good? Let me set up real quick. Yer. What's up, Mr. Muhammad? What's the word? We're here. We got in a little early. We was on a Call of Duty just now. Yeah, you don't see? You can't see the camera? Yo. Can you see now? Yo. Is everything working? Just charts? That's kind of odd. What about now? Yo. Alright, cool. Perfect. Yeah, we were just on the Call of Duty. Jordani, myself, Mr. Lewis, Jumper. I did better. I got more than 0. You gotta hop in with us, man. You know what? Let me see what happened. Oh, no, I can't put this here, can I? You know what? Yeah, download it, man. Sometimes that's how we pass time, you know, especially, we're so anxious for the day to close so we can get on our charts and do our charts. And, there'd be nothing to do. So sometimes we just get on and play for a couple of hours until market closes so we can update our charts. What you meant? Oh, he went through the charts with you already? He told me somebody went short on USDCAD. I don't know who it was. I don't know why. I said it Sunday that he was waiting for the price to turn around. The third day of drop counter. EURCAD. I think it's the same type of trade. Well, it was a third day counter. It's the same thing. It's a third day counter. And I went over it on Sunday. EURCAD and USDCAD was the same thing. Yeah, man, I don't know how, man. I told you exactly what to wait for. Once they make that low, right, of the day, once they break it and make the low, what's gonna happen? Right? All this coming down to then go up. Right? What is that? What's internal here? How does it look like on a lower time frame? Low, high. What you're waiting for, change the character, break a structure retest, and you're home free. That's all you're waiting for. Look. What you got here? Lower lows, lower highs. The whole time. Double top. Right, I'm just gonna go over this. You got lower low, lower high, the whole time. Swap, swap, right? Look. And went up, swap. Look, you home free, right there. What else you want? I gave you. I gave you guys the cheat code. What else you want? I gave you the cheat code. I told you change the character, BOS retest, and there goes your entry. Right here, swap will be the same thing. Change your character, break a structure retest. There goes your entry. I said it to you on Sunday, my brother. I don't know how. I don't know if it was you, but he was telling me. I don't know how. It's like so easy. It's just a matter of just waiting, bro. Like there was no change of character at all. Here, 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 right? Here, here. Here's where it changed. Once it changed, okay, perfect. I got the first sequence, right? There's so many confirmations here. You got a low that was set, that was swept, right? Then retest. Then went back above, right? Caused a change of character. After a change of character, right? Came back and touched where the change of character was, right? That's first. You got the first confirmation, right? The second confirmation was the change, right? The third was the break of structure, right? And then you just waiting for the retest. That's all we doing. That's all we doing. And you need to write that down. Do you have that written down, Muhammad? You need to write that down. You need to write that down, put it on a sticky note, and put that on your screen, your trading screen, whatever screen you use. You need to put it there. Or write it on a piece of paper, stick it on the wall if you need it on the wall. You know my rules, and put it rules of entry. Step 1, do I see a low set or a high set? Step 2, have they swept the high or have they swept the low? Step 3, do I see a change of character? Step 4, do I see a break of structure? Step 5, wait for the retest. No retest, no entry. Period. That's it. That's how easy it is. Those should be the rules. Those should be the rules of engagement at all times, bro. Then you have certain other things, engulfing candles and stuff like that, but just keep it simple. Just use those 4 steps of engagement. You know? And that's that, yo. And just keep it moving after that. You don't need no more than that. You really don't. You guys, and all you guys who are listening, welcome to the stream. You know, if you guys are gonna listen to it later, you know, or anything, you know, make sure to like and subscribe. But these are my rules of engagement, guys. Right? This is my lower time frame. This is my 5-minute time frame and my 1-minute time frame, you know, rules. My 30-minute time frame, 4-hour time frame, daily time frame have different rules. Every time frame, I'm looking for something different. But that's what my 5-minute time frame consists of, right? And just so we can, you know, continue this conversation in a better format, right? I'm gonna go ahead and just move along to USDCAD, right? To start off the game with, right? Why? Because I just want to show you my charts, right? I just want to show you my charts. I want to show you how this sequence plays out, right? From top to bottom, right? And I'm just giving you guys some free game in a sense, right? On what am I looking for, right? Step 1, V2. V2 means what? I'm going up. That's the first thing I'm going to look at. What direction is my trend? Yo. The second thing I'm going to look at while I'm here is what is my daily market structure. Why I want to see my daily market structure? For two reasons. I want to see what my trading zones are for the daily, right? Am I at a, I call them zones, just so you know, I call them zones, right? Other traders will call these key levels. Where are my key levels, right? I call them zones. Some people call them levels. I don't use levels because me, levels is what? Level 1 rise, level 2 rise, level 3 rise. So I don't want to get confused with verbiage, right? But other people call them key levels, right? Just so you guys know, the lows, sweep the lows, exactly, right? That's the first thing I want to see, right? This is my key levels here, but then I have or this is my, I'm not going to use level. Let me go back. This is my key zone. This is my zone, right? But I know and I see that I have another trading zone because I can see that we're in a consolidation, right? So what am I looking for? If I'm in a consolidation and my trend is up, I'm looking to take trades off what? Off the lows, right? That's key thing. I want to trade off the lows. So that's the first thing I'm looking for. Bounces off the lows, right? Am I close to that POI, point of interest, right? We're already bounced off the lows, right? So we pushing up. That's the first thing I want to look at, right? The second thing I want to take into consideration is what the market structure looks like, right? If it's moving up, what I want to see, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, right? I can see the price change character in a daily chart, right, to push down, right? But push down and bounce off the 800 because we know what the 800 does, right? It acts like a moving support and resistance or moving key level or a moving zone, however you want to fucking slice it, right? That's the first thing I'm going to look at in the daily. The next thing is when I drop down. When I drop down, what I want to look for, I want to look for the internal structure of the daily time frame, right? Meaning these higher highs and higher lows and higher highs. What is the skeleton inside of that, right? Which will be the 4 hour market structure, right? So I see the price is pushing down, and I have lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, right? So that's what I'm going to look at in the 4 hour. The next thing I want to look at in the 4 hour is what is my 4 hour zone, which is what is my 4 hour key level, right? So now I have a top and a bottom of the 4 hour. So I know that price is trading in between this daily zone, but at this present time and moment is also trading in between this 4 hour zone, right? So these are the first two things. These are the things I'm going to look for in these charts, right? The next thing I'm going to consider is, right, if I'm seeing price move up, where does price needs to break in order for me to confirm that the 4 hour has switched from going down, because we can see that it's down, lower lows, lower highs, to pushing up, right? I'm going to look for the last lower high point. The last lower high point, which is up here, will be the place that price needs to break above, right, in order for me to have a change of character on the 4 hour time frame to push up, right? Because on the daily, I also need to see the price change from up here, right? Because the trading zone, the internal structure for the trading is between here and here, right? Price broke out. Now we have a new bottom and a new high, which is up here on the daily, right? But we need to see it break this high to change characters to go to the top side. And I hope you understand that, right? Now, again, this is all about a pattern within a pattern within a pattern. So now I want to see what's the structure inside of my 4 hour, right? Which is this line up, right? And just by understanding when price is moving up, what type of market structure should I be able to identify when price is moving up, right? Short term, long term, it doesn't matter. Price went from here, so that means it's moving up. So I should be able to notice what? Higher highs and higher lows in a lower time frame. So if I just put the lower time frame and go to my lower time frame, what do I notice about this uptrend that's happening right now? This 4 hour uptrend is happening. I can clearly see higher highs the whole time, right? And higher lows being respected. this whole time, right? So I can see prices up. Now, I'm going to add this into the mix. I want to see how price is actually moving, right? Price change character because price pulled down, price change character to push up. Then we have what? Breaks of structures, right? Breaks of structures to push up, break a structure to push up. So these are things is having me understand where price is going from a long-term perspective to a short-term perspective. Why do I want short-term perspective? Because I'm a day trader. I'm not a swing trader, right? Swing traders trade a 4-hour chart, a daily chart. I'm trading a 5-minute chart. So I need to get to the nitty gritty of what's happening in price for that day and for the next 2 to 3 days, right? So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking to take a piece of the pie every day. So now that I can see that my 30-minute chart is also showing that the trend is up, my 4-hour for right now is showing that the trend is up, right? It's a short-term trend. It's not a long-term trend. Why? Because we haven't had a change of character in the 4-hour to show us that it's pushing up, right? Right now in the 4-hour, it's still showing lower highs the whole time and lower lows, right? But I know I'm trading between this high and this low, right? 30 minutes still showing up. They haven't had a change of character for me to say that, hey, price in the 4-hour time frame is also down, right? We have 30-minute up, 4-hour is still down, right? Because we haven't changed characters in the 4-hour. And the daily is still trading in that zone. But in the fractal portion of the daily is down. That's a lot to take in, right? I know it is. But if you just follow a market structure, you will understand what I'm saying. So right now, my 30-minute, where am I trading? I'm trading in between this zone, this 30-minute high and this 30-minute low, right? That's what I'm trading right now, right? And I see price, it's giving me a pullback, right? If I see, price has to make a run, right? Has to go up and then has to pull back, right? Make a run and pull back. Run it up, pull back. Run it up, pull back. If it's going uptrend, right? Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, right? So I'm expecting a higher low to be set here. Why? If I'm focusing also on the daily moves, I had a previous 2 days of drop, counter trend. So today the expectation is what? That the market is going to make a drop no net or drop rise, but it has to make a drop, right? Before it starts to push up, it has to make a new low, right? So if I'm focusing on market structure, internal structure right now of the 30 will be my 5-minute structure. This pullback, this pushing down should look like what? Lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. So once that low is made, right, and we had the 800 to help us understand and kind of make a projection of where that low was going to be, right? Because remember, price always gravitates to the 800, respects the 800, and bounces off the 800. Price does not, very rarely does price just run through an 800 EMA. Just breaks the 800 EMA with a lot of momentum. Very rare, right? Especially if we're pushing up, right? Price is above the 800. So that's letting us know that we're in an uptrend as well when we're looking at EMAs, right? So we were expecting price to push down, make a low for the day, then start to push up. That push down, what would it look like? Lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. Once it made that low of the day, that confirmation happens when? When I see what? The low being swept, right? Contested, then swept. Step 1. Step 2 is what? I need to see what? A change of character, right? Step 3, I need to see what? A break of structure retest, and that's my entry, right? So let's take a look. This is exactly what the structure was. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Then what happens with price? Price then needs to, let me go to the 5-minute, right? Because we have the 5. After price does that, what's next? Price needs to have a change of well, let me go back a little bit, right? So we can see everything is happening, right? Price is pushing up. I have a change. Price went down, push up, change of character, higher, higher, low, break of structure, higher, higher, low, break of structure, higher, higher, low, break of structure. um, higher low, higher high, right? Low, lower high, lower low, change the character to the downtrend, right? So this is where we get that 3-day counter, right? Day 1, day 2, break a structure, right? Break 3, day 3, break a structure, right? Breaks and then does what? We have a 5-minute change of character, right? We have a 5-minute change of character. Once we have the 5-minute change of character, what's next? We have to break a structure. And we didn't get a nice retest. Not on this pair, but on the other pair we did. And I went over this pair because this pair was already marked in my charts. So it just makes it easier. So I didn't have to mark everything. So right now, what do I see? I see price is giving me higher highs and higher lows in the 5-minute chart, right? So let me update my 5-minute chart. We have here, then we have, this is a test, this is not a break. Here's where price broke out, created a higher high, higher low, right? And we had a higher high, right? We haven't had a retest yet, right? So that's how simple it is, guys. I can't make it more simple than this, right? I cannot, bro. We had the bottom, swept the bottom, right? Tested, we started to see what? Lower highs, I mean, higher lows. Once we saw the higher low and gave us the higher high, we knew that there was a change because it wasn't an equal low, it was just a higher low, higher high. That was the first thing, right? And I hope that makes sense. Any questions on that, guys? I can't make it more easier than this, yo. My charts look too clean for us to be confused, bro. For real, for real. No disrespect to nobody, no shade. But does that make sense, gentlemen? Let me get some yes, some whys. If you have any questions before I start, let me know. I know Mr. Jumper knows what it is. Mr. Jose. Very simple, guys. You know, this is one of the reasons, just so you guys know, this is the reason why, I kind of geared into switching my trading style more into market structure because it's clear, bro. Once you understand the sequence and you can really pick this out, it's just so clear. Like everything else is a little bit foggy. You're guessing, right? But here there's no guessing because it's the checks and balances that are in place to make sure that you stick with it and stick within the lines is so like clear to me, right? Like the trading rules are very clear, especially the entry rules are very clear. And that's one of the things that I wanted to get was the most simplicity within my trading, right? So, and this, just so we clear, you can code this for a bot, hands down, because it's so fucking clear. It's so clear, right? It's really so clear. And all these pullbacks have a numerical value, right? And like you guys see me measure pullbacks so I can anticipate the pullback, so forth and so on. So you guys know that, hey, it's fucking doable. It's fucking doable. All right. So no questions. We're good. Let's get this party started. So just because we're here, let's look at what's the projection for today. So we had a day of drop rise, right? Drop rise. Now, let's get a couple things clear of the overall projection of the move, right? I'm gonna turn this off because we're not in the 5 minutes. That's for the execution of trades that happens in our live trading room Monday through Friday starts at 6 a.m. In order to get the link, make sure to join the Discord. And guys, welcome again to the stream. Welcome to the daily market breakdown. In this stream, what we do is we break down these 9 pairs. It's on your right side of your screen. We look for POIs, which are points of interest. We wait for price to reach these points of interest, and then we start looking for those things that I just explained in my 5-minute chart and below in my 1-minute chart as well, right? But the first thing is to make sure we understand where the price came from to where it's at, so we can project where it's going and just wait for our confluences, confirmations for us to get into a trade. It's that simple, guys. So and this is all about just finding POIs. And guys, just so you new guys who are here, welcome again. My POIs are not trading signals, so don't think that, hey, Eric put an alert there, that's where he's going to take an entry. No. When price reaches my points of interest is when I step up to my chart, right? My points of interest that I set up on my charts, I set them with alerts, and the alerts go straight to my cell phone, so I'm not sitting in front of my chart all day waiting for something to happen. Once I have the alert set up, once I have the alert set up, I wait for price to just come to my alerter, and then, we proceed, right? We look for the rest of the, trading plan that I have in place for me to enter and execute a trade. So, again, welcome. But I told you it was going to pull back. It was. We were over here, remember? We had the days of rise. Price pulled back, right? Consolidated, Lorenzo, before it went up. So you got in kind of early because you was holding on to the trade. I don't know if you held the trade. You got in around here, around these days, around here. I think you got in this day. You got in on this day. So price fluctuated up and down. Young goats. Price fluctuated. I told you price was going to fluctuate before it was going to move, right? The fact that, we trade daily, like we need to get in and get out. We can't get in and then hold until price is ready to push up, right? We're not swing traders. So swing traders, like I told you, swing traders trade that way. You could take an entry and hold, a couple days, couple weeks, and just weigh it out, right? But not everyone has the same trading style. But the good thing is this, my brother, you had your projection was on point, was on an uptrend, right? So congrats on that. So but good shit. So now let's look at the overall picture over here, right? So when we're looking at the weekly move, right, this is something that I want to keep a close eye on, right? Is we had a previous 3 weeks of rise, right? So this week, I'm not expecting price to go up, right? This move that it did up could be part of this lower low, lower high that's happening on the 30-minute chart, right? This pullback. Let's put that there, right? Right now, price did go down, right? I want to make sure we understand our zones. Price did go down, and we here, right? Price can do two things. Price could push up and make a higher high to continue going up. That's not what I'm expecting, because I'm not expecting a high for the week, right? I'm expecting price. Remember, we're trading in between this zone. So as long as we don't have a break, the change of character will happen up here. I'm sorry. The break of structure will happen up here, right, to the top side, right? The change of character, let me put that. The break of structure is up here. The change of character is down here. So price could pull up, and then price will pull down, and then push up, right? But this week, I'm expecting the drop. Right now, not only that, let's take some other things into consideration when we anticipating the move, right? When we look at our monthly moves, right? What do we have? we have a previous 2 months of drop, right? Now, one of the things that I'm going to mention now is when we look at the beginning of the second month, what do we see? We see a gap, right? So when we have a gap, what does that mean? That means that the trade is null and void, right? That means it's a reset. It starts over, right? So this is 1 day, reset, 1 day. I mean, 1 month, reset, 1 month. It's not 1 or 2, right? I'm just gonna say it in this class. This is something that you guys need to make sure you join the Discord group so you can get all the rules on how we engage in the market, right? So I just want to make that clear, right? So just right now, so just so we can have a conversation, is that we have a month for drop, reset, a month for drop, right? What I like to do on my charts is when I have a reset, I highlight it and I put a purple city bird gang. Why? Because that's gonna let me know, like, hey, watch out, that's a reset, right? I do this on my MT4, guys. I don't really do this on this chart, right? So we're gonna get up to AU in a minute. So I do that so I know, like, hey, we have a reset. Boom, 1 month. So technically this month, what it could do, it could push up. It doesn't have to pull down because we had a reset, right? So no one has said anything about that. So I'm just going to correct it now because I am trading this. And I actually took this trade yesterday going short to the new low because I was up playing COD and I saw the trade. I went to sleep. I didn't take it back up because I woke up kind of late. So, so let's look for POIs for today. So we had a previous 3 weeks of rise, no net. No net means reset. So this week we could definitely get a rise as well, right? And we had a drop rise. Right after a drop rise comes a what? Usually comes a pullback with a drop. So will I be looking to trade this long today? Only, continuations, right? So my alert will be a continuation alert. So any pullback to the bottom, I will not be taking it because here structure, we have a, double top looking structure. Right? We had 3 pushes, push 1, push 2, push 3, double top. So we can get a pullback before in continuation to the top side, right? So that pullback, I'm not going to anticipate where that pullback will be, but if it breaks and retests, then I could participate. So USD CAD, that's what I'm looking for USD CAD. So I'm going to put this green. Right? So let's go back to AU. So AU yesterday gave us exactly what the expectation was. This is another trade that was a good trade, right? Why? Because we're looking for price movement to go down, and it's the same explanation as all the other ones, right? This pullback is what type of market structure? Higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, right? Let me put my 30-minute market structure so we can see it. Oh, no. This will be 5 minutes. This will be my 30-minute pullback. Will be up here. This is my 30-minute pullback. And the internal structure of my 30-minute will be what? My 5-minute. And what will my 5-minute look like? Higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. Right? I'm not going to get into that. Again, guys, that's for Mr. Jumper. We have higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher low, lower high, lower low. What are we looking for? A retest. Break a structure retest, right? Entry targets, right? These are the entry targets right there, right? We had a rise drop. So same thing as USD CAD. After a rise drop is a variation. So today it could drop or it could rise. Technically, when we go in with the trend and it does a rise drop, let's say it was uptrend. We wasn't in A2, we were moving up, right? We had a rise drop, so today I will be expecting a rise, right? Because overall, what is it giving me, right? Just think about the market structure. Higher high, higher low. Today will be a rise to get me out of here, to give me a new high, higher high, right? That's what we expected, right? But we're not getting that here because it's pushing down. So we're getting lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, and the continuation will be what? To continue low. Then we have 2 days of drop, right? This will be a rise drop variation, 2 days, and then the next day we'll do what? Break out of it. Or give us a third day of drop. That fourth day will do what? Come back and retest that what? That change of character. Right? Then after that change of character, Thursday will give us what? Maybe a retest again, and then Friday will give us a drop. Right? You got to start anticipating, or it could just retest, and then the next day, Thursday, will just continue to go. Right? So many different things that can happen, but we have to anticipate market structure, the stops and goes, the zones, where we're breaking structure, where we haven't changed the characters, all these different things, just to stay in line and stay focused with the market. So let's continue with this pair. Let's see. So let's mark it. We had a rise drop. Perfect. This was a good pair to trade, to take an entry at, bro. And I'm just gonna look at it real quick. Right? Look, then did what? Tested, and then did what? Swept it, nigga. Sweep them. Sweep them out, sweep them out. Right? That sweep, this one would have been a perfect one. Even after the supermarket sweep, you could have got in. Next candle, after they sweep them, they come back underneath the opening of this candle. You could have got in. They swept that, because that's what people are usually waiting for. They're waiting for price to get back below. When price gets back below, you get in, right? Because the expectation of people is higher high, higher low. Oh, it broke out, higher high, higher low, higher high. I'm gonna get in here, and then what do they get in here going long, right? So they take them out. The people who were in here, who saw they weren't positive, then they moved it into break even and didn't keep their stop loss above here. What happened? Take them out, and then we continue the party. Right? So you got to understand also where to put your stop loss. Your stop loss needs to be outside of where they can grab. If you're getting in anywhere around here, your stop loss needs to be above here. Right? Can't be right on it. Wait until you like deepen wheels. If once it broke out of here, then fucking move your stop loss to break even. Right? Don't put in break even right away. Right? So the expectation for today, let's take a look. So I'm not going to be looking for highs to be retested. Right? I'm not going to be looking for that. Right? I want to see price break below. Right? I'm not going to put OE, but what about in the change of character price to bounce off? I'm not going to do that. Why? Because again, price can push up. Think about what type of market structure it's making. Right? Yes, we have a change of character, but do we have a break of structure retest? No. Right? We do have a change, price change. We want a price change, retest, where change price at, right? To then push down. That's what I want to see, right? Another thing that I see is a breaker block here that has not been litigated. So this is a place of interest also. The price could come back up to here. This is why if I put it here, price also could push up here, right? So why here? This broke, right? Here was with the price retest of the order block to come back down, right? For you guys who trade order blocks, right? This was an order block right here. Price came, got in, then broke again. Once that broke, we had another order block. There was this green candle. Was it litigated? Yes, it did. It came, litigated here, then pushed down. All right, so you had a couple of OB entries for you guys who trade OBs. So everything looks good, but I'm not going to be looking for that. I want to see, this is another one continuation. Why we need to play it safe. What we need to play it safe from is that we had a rise drop. If it was not a rise drop, it would be something different. But the fact that we have a variation is it's a sneak move, it's a sneak attack, right? They could do what they want. They don't have to necessarily do what they need to do. All right, so, and EURCAD, same shit, guys, right? It's the same thing. Third day counter, change a structure, change a character, break a structure retest, and it's all in here, right? Straight to the 800. Let me delete that. So we had a drop rise. So the variation is after a drop rise, the next day is a drop, right? Which we call that the Ron trade, coined after one of my students who, old students of mine. His name is Ronald. Ronald was so infatuated with this 372 concept that I coined, that I came up with, right? That I noticed that he was just a madman trying to just trade this. That he got so good, right? And he used to take these trades and fail at them until I taught him how to take the fourth day. He was so eager, like he wanted to get in on every fucking opportunity. So I gave him another opportunity, which was when there was a drop rise and when it was a rise drop, what the expectation of that fourth day will be, and what are the key things to look at, which I'm not going to get into it. What are the key things to look at in order to participate on that fourth day if we get a variation on the third day, right? And then we actually coined that fourth day entry model was the round trade. So today we can get a round trade, right, which is to head back down, which is one of the expectations of what I see. Because again, when we're looking at market structure, what can we see right now? Just think about the structure. Structure will lead you into the right way, right? This is what we have. So today, right, price was the expectation. After a run comes a what? Pullback. Then the next day to do what? And today, usually, it will go down and then will fly up fast, right? To create that middle finger. You see the middle finger? Fuck you. No homo. You see it, the middle finger? Inverse middle finger? Fuck you, right? That's what it's giving all you guys. Straight up. And he used to get upset at that. I used to say, you see what the market gave you? It gave you a middle finger because it knew you. Yo, he used to get so tight. Oh, I used to get him so tight. They middle finger you again. Right? Lewis, they Tyrannosaurus Rex these guys, huh? You know, Lewis got the new one, the T-Rex entry. That shit is hilarious. So, today, similar to the other trades, I'm not anticipating that pullback today because of that variation, right? I want to just be safe. The T-Rex eating people up. Let's see, there's no T-Rex here. There's a baby T-Rex here? No. Right? So I'm not going to anticipate that pullback because price could go down, right? I'm going to be anticipating the push up. But internally, right, I'm going to be watching this because on a 5-minute chart, we might be able to see it doing this on the 5-minute chart to then push up, right? And then I get to see this and then participate here. Then, break, retest, participate again, right? Making sure I understand my ADR high, making sure I understand my STP, my target, right? And seeing what's left. If it breaks and I only have 10 pips left, is that a good risk to reward? No, right? Over here will be, depending how far down it goes, how many pips are left, I need to take into consideration my average daily range, which is how many pips is averaging per day from the low of the day to the high, right? Or vice versa, from the high of the day to the low. If I'm pushing up and the average is 69, right, from the bottom to where it should end the day off, should be roughly around 69 pips, give or take. Could be a little bit more, could be a little bit less, right? So this is what this is. From where price is currently at right now, this is 69 pips. And this will fluctuate and move throughout the day with price. It will move up or move down depending on if it makes a new high or if it makes a new low. So then I have my target. Don't pass this. Don't pass gold. Do not collect $200 because they're going to take that shit from you, E. Don't turn a winner into a loser. All right. So again, this one, same. I'm in the same position. I'm not going to anticipate the low. I'm looking for a break of structure retest. EURCAD. What's the move? What's the word? So EURCAD, daily move. Yo, what's up with these other days? We had drop, rise, drop with a gap, right? Uh-oh. Rise, drop, drop. All right, so let's take a look at market structure. Key thing here, right? Similar to USDCAD. Let's start from the top. Where are we on the daily? V1 heading up, right? We in the consolidation zone, right? What's our key levels or our zone? Here's the top, here's the bottom, right? Next thing I want to see is market structure. What is the market structure? Market structure right now, I can see that we're making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, right? We're stuck right now, right? Price is pushing back this month like it should, right? Because why? It did previously what? 3 months of rise. After 3 months of rise, the market must chop or drop. Market is what? Dropping, right? Just thinking about why is it dropping? Because it needs to create structure. What is the structure is creating? It's giving me a lower high. I mean, a higher low. Once we get this higher low set, then what's the next sequence? Higher high, right? After pullback comes the run. Pullback is happening now to then does what? Run it up, right? Up to where? We looking, let me not make my line that far up. We're looking price to run to the top of the zone. Once they get to the top of the zone, then price needs to decide what's next. Meaning, right? I'll put a question mark. What's next? Is price going to break and retest, continue? Or price is going to retest the high and push down, right? Once it gets up here. This is, remember, we have to understand our stops and goes, stops and goes, stops and goes, right? So this is part of that understanding. Where price will stop to decide where it will go next, right? So we need to wait for that to happen. But for right now, we understand market structure, right? The other thing that I can see is that we're trading in between this zone as well, right? Which should be my 4-hour zone. No, that's my 4-hour zone. This is the internal, I'll get to the 4-hour right now. This is the internal structure, the internal daily structure to the daily structure. So we have this zone that we're trading in between as well. All right, so expectation for this month is price to pull back to go down, right? looking at what's happening on a weekly basis, right? And the week and the 4 hour structure, right? Price is pulling back. We had a change of character on the 4 hour chart that happened right here. Well, technically, price is just testing. Let's put on the zone so we can see. Has price broke out of it? Not really. Price has not broken. Let's make sure. Let's make sure. Yes, it did. Price broke. Right? So we do have a change of character on the 4 hour to the downside. So we have these higher highs and higher lows, right? Equal low, lower high, right? Lower low, right? So we do have a change of character to the bottom, right? But overall, we're still on the uptrend. Now, the 4 hour, the daily says up, right? Overall up. We're in the section of a pullback. Monthly says that we need to pull back before we continue to rise, right? Weekly, right now, we haven't had any action because we just had the first day of the week, right? So there's really no action for the week just yet, right? Now let's take a look at that 30. Now we need to look at the internal structure of the 4 hour, which is what's happening in between these lines. So just by looking at this, we're able to see where am I going if price breaks below or stays above, right? We have a 30-minute zone, which is this. Price stays below or break above. Price here already broke above, but it's just so tight that we want to see overall structure here. So let's take a look at the overall structure. Let's mark it. Not just let's talk about it, let's make sure that we can see it, right? What we have. What is it that we're making? Right? We have a W at the bottom. We have all this happening for us. We have a double bottom, right? Anchor with the second leg shorter than the first leg, right? Not the prettiest one I want to see. Tell you guys, I want to see the second leg longer than the first leg to let me know that hey, they swept the lows, right? Before they start to the up party. Up here, price is just testing. So right now, literally, we're trading in between that low and this high in the 30-minute chart, right? Here's our trading zone. So right now, price is consolidating between here, right? If we break it down even further to the 5-minute, which I'm not going to go fully into depth, but what can we see? We have, this is the type of structure we're able to notice on the 5-minute. Right? So we do have a change of character on the 5-minute chart, right, to go down. We do have a change of character on the 30-minute to go up. So right now, 30-minute is up, 4 hours is down, daily is overall up, right? So we need the 4 hour to switch back to the top side. We will get the signal on the 30-minute chart first than anything else, right? So right now, what am I waiting for? Let's start to understand what we're waiting for right now. We're waiting for price to turn around. Right now, we see the price is making lower lows, lower highs, and a lower time frame. Right? It's pushing down to the low of the zone. Then I want to see price have a change of character, break a structure retest, right? For me to start participating back to the top side, right? Why is that? But E, you just finished saying that the market is down overall for the month. We're looking for the down. Yes. Now we got to take more things into consideration, right? What I told you guys last week. 1st through the 15th, if price is going down, right, the 15th to the 30th, second half of the month, price will be going what? Up. That's the expectation. And vice versa. If from the 1st to the 15th, price is up, the 15th to the 30th, price should be going down. Right? Why I say that? Because from the 1st to the 15th is down, from the 15th to the 30th is up. 1st to the 15th is down, 15th to the 30th is up. Right? If price is up, 1st from the 15th, 15th to the 30th. 1st from to the 15th, 15th to the 30th. Right? So we have to understand these movements that are happening month to month. How are they developing them? What's happening in the chart? So we can start to anticipate the moves, right? To start to anticipate market structure, right? So just a little back test so you understand, right? And remember, this is just theory, right? And it does have variations, right? For example, right, 1st to the 8th, right, almost mid-month was going down. But if we look at where the down started, it's not going to start in the same day. Look, gems, these are super gems. It's not going to start, if it's not going to start on the 1st day. Remember, this exceptions, this is just the Mona Lisa version, but then we have the actual version, right? Just like we understand. But if we start counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days up. 9 days down, and then start to go up, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 days, right? Pushing up. So 8 days down, 12 up. Then right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Well, we have a lot because we consolidated. I got some text messages. Yo, I'm in class, bro. So if we just look at what price is doing from the 1st of the month, price went down and is continuing to go down. We are already more than midway of the month. So we're expecting this month to finish either with a new low or no net, right? And right now, price could start pushing up to finish higher, to finish in a no net situation, or a low. It could continue to go down, right? To finish with the low, and then next month we'll start the up party, right? So we can still anticipate price to go long, right? But we need to see market structure in lower time frames, which is in my 30-minute time frame. I need to see that change of character happen, so I know the price is starting to push up. My bad. All right, so we need to see price change up here. Right, well, we already have a change. I need to see the break and retest for that continuation to happen. So this pair right now, am I anticipating a push to the top side? I want to wait. Why? I'm in the middle of this trading zone between here and here. This is the middle, and price is in the middle, right? We back 50% of where the price movement is. So I want price to either show me up, right? Or if it comes back down, perfect. We trade at the lower consolidation going up when we are in V1s, right? I want to trade Vs. I want to trade all the Vs, right? In V1 and V2, I want to trade all the Vs, right? Well, why the Vs? Because what's inside of a V? Low, lower, high, low, low, lower, high, then higher, low, higher, low. We understand what we're looking for. I want to trade all the Vs. Middle is very tough. Break retest, we're going to get a break retest. What we're going to get? We're going to get another V on the break retest. And what's inside of a V? All this. Can't make it more easier than that, bro. I don't know what else. This is why this is called Vice Trading Academy, right? The V is very important in Vice. Very important. We didn't even get that. We haven't done the new videos yet, but the V's is very important, kid. Very important in trading. Alright, so I'm chilling out on Euro USD for today. GBPCAD, let's take a look. So GJ, not GBPCAD. GJ, overall, again, this is another one I'm chilling, right, for today. But remember, where are we? We in peak formation high territory. What does that mean, right? When we look at what's happening here, we have key levels, right? We have a peak formation high and a peak formation low. So this is where I'm expecting price to bounce off to push back down, right? In peak formation high territory, right, or when we get close to the peak, just like any support and resistance line, any zone line, any line that we're looking for price to bounce off or to trade from, right? There's different things that price can do, right? Price could come to the line and bounce off, right? Price could almost touch and not touch, or price could go over the line and come back down. These are three variations that could happen over here, right? Price could come, price could touch, or price could barely miss it, right? And I'm not going to play that game. I'm going to wait for price to decide what's next. Thank you, sir. You know, make sure to join the Discord, my brother. The link is in the description. But thank you for that. You know, so with that being said, since we're getting close to that zone, that's where I do not participate. Me personally, you know, based on, you know, my history in trading, which is we're coming up to 11 years, I lose in the peaks, right? Because the psychology of a peak formation high is these key zones are higher time frame zones, so there's a lot of money waiting in these zones, right? So price trades both ways. So they'll confirm, they'll validate technicals, they'll validate indicators, they'll validate everything in these zones to get a lot of influx of cash, a lot of people playing, a lot of liquidity in the game, right? In the peaks, right? So I don't want to be part of the collection process. I want to be part of distribution process. So this is why I need to wait for price to decide what direction is going to go when it reaches these peaks, because this is where they're stacking bundles for real, right? And I don't want to be part of that accumulation phase. I want to be, again, part of distribution. So GJ, again, we're at the top. We're at the top of our daily zone, right? We're waiting for price to decide what's next, even on the daily zone and the peak formation high. We're just up here, right? The last couple of days has just been consolidating up there. We could just look at that in our 30-minute chart, right? Price yesterday, straight no net. So we have 2 days of consolidation just right at the top. Again, why is it doing that? It is collecting contracts. It is accumulating money before it makes a play, right? And we can see that because what does accumulation look like? Consolidation, right? Chopping up and down. After that, what does it have to do? It has to manipulate. It can manipulate up or it can manipulate down. And then do what? Distribute, whether it's going to distribute up or whether it's going to distribute down, right? So right now, we're just stuck in that phase of consolidation. And the price could manipulate up, then manipulate down, then come back and end in the consolidation again and just trap again, just like it did here. Price went up, came down, and came back in the same place that it started, right? I'm not going to be part of that. I need to wait for price to decide whether we're going to break these highs. We break the high, break, retest for continuation, we good. Breaks the lows, perfect. Break the low, retest, we good, right? But never in the middle. This is what I tell you guys. We don't trade the middle of the zones. Middle of the zones is part of the accumulation process, and I want to be part of distribution. I want them dudes to distribute the money into my bank account. I don't want money to come from my bank account for their collection, bro. We're not part of that. That's not where I want to be in the market, right? So GJ, you know, I'm bowing out on GJ. GJ, I'm just chilling. I'm waiting for them to decide what's next. GU. So GU yesterday gave us a no net day, right? Definitely, my brother. Also join the Discord. If you don't have Discord, get Discord. Anwar, we have free one-on-one classes, so you can definitely get more hands-on with an instructor, whether it's myself or Mr. Um, Jumper Lewis. Lewis hosts the daily live trading room where he takes these entries that we are, isolating and we're putting points of interest. He takes them live, so it'll take it further. You take it further to the next level, not just understanding the overall picture or how we actually are picking out the pairs we're gonna trade that day, but also the execution of us picking that trade out. So you get the full circle, the full spectrum of what's happening. But definitely thanks for joining, my brother. Don't forget to like and subscribe also to the YouTube. So GU. So GU overall we in a V1, right? Let me take a look at everything first before I open up my mouth. Right? Let's start from the top. Let's not have acid. We in V1, right? Looking at the overall structure, what can I see? I see we're stuck in between this high and this low, right? These key levels, this high, the zone, right? Now, what's internal to that is my 4-hour time frame. What can I see? Price is pushing up. And what type of market structure should I be expecting with prices moving up? Higher highs, higher lows, right? Higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, right? Now, let's just take a look at overall what's happening here, right? We had higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. Then we had a lower low, right? So we did have a change of character on the daily time frame, right? But our trading group understands the market to be a little bit different. Why do I say that? Is because we understand that we're in V1, right? So we're in a consolidation zone, right? So in the consolidation zone, what are they doing? They're validating everyone's technicals, everyone's trading criteria, model, entry, trading plan, however you want to call it, right? To get us to commit our money because we are in a bigger consolidation before a level is made of distribution, right? So we're stuck in between there right now, right? So right now I can see the market going either way, right? What I mean by that is if we are partaking in an uptrend, right? Or let's say we are partaking in a downtrend, we had to change the character to the downside. What's next? After a run comes a what? A pullback, right? We have highs are being set here from what we can see. We haven't broke the high. It just tapped it 3 times. So the anticipation of what's next, if you're looking to go short, is what? Is the high was set and now we're pushing short, right? To break these lows. The zone to make the lower low to then make a lower high to a lower low, right? Because the anticipation is the price has reversed to go down, right? Now, this is what our friend Steve Morrow calls the safety trade, right? This is, even though this is more than what he will call it, it's just the way it looks. Price will anchor, push away, consolidate, right? Before it makes another run, right? This is what I learned early in the day, right? So price will consolidate, manipulate, and then distribute, right? So all this is to show that, hey, we're pushing back down. But the next sequence in this is what? Is for price to manipulate to then continue to go up, right? And then choose what's next. I'm not seeing price going down. I do not see that, right? It's being held at the 800, right? And it's using the 800 as a form of support to support the price here, right? So, but you will see that, right? This is what you would think is happening. And it's cool because that's the purpose of it. You have to study a little bit more to understand the totality. Right now, when we're looking at our trading zone, what's our trading zone? We're trading between here and here. So think about price. In order for us to have a change of character in a 4-hour time frame, price literally needs to break this level. Right? Price right now is trading up here, and notice where it's at. Because they're slick. They're trading in the top 50% of that zone. So they have all this to do the damage of manipulation. All that lows to do that damage that it wants to do. Right? But it has to first see how many people they can get to participate in this consolidation. Right? Once I need to see how many people, how much money I got going up and how much money I got going down. I want price to go up. So in order for price to go up, what I need to do, I need to get people to think that I'm going to sell. Right? How can I accomplish that? Well, give them equal tops. Right? That will get them. They will think that's a M. Right? That's a triple top. Right? That's a shoulder, head, shoulder. Right? Get them to commit. Get them to think short. Right? Get them to think short. Right? We give them all the things to think short. Right? If you understand market structure, we still respect the highs and we still respect the higher lows. And right now we have equal lows. Right? So overall we can see that. Right? Now, I get them to think short. I get them to go short. Once I have enough people going short that I can make money from, I'm going to run up the price. That's the game. You lose, I win. That's the only way. The only way the banks win is by getting you to think that the price is going the opposite way from where they want to go. That's the only way they could win. They could win this game, right? Is by tricking you, by causing you to induce you to open up a trade, right? And how do they induce you to open up trades? To validate your technicals, to validate your trading strategy, and that's the game, right? So where should we be looking to participate in this pair? Is when it breaks these highs. Why? This is the middle of the zone, and there's an internal zone between here and here, and we're dead smack in the middle of it. So if you break this down, right, into this is probably what the ADRs are. Would be these zones, right? And let's take a look. 78. Am I good or am I good? Am I good or am I good? I do this for real, not for fake. I didn't put 10 years into this to be wrong. Be crazy? I don't believe in I gotta get 5 wrong answers to get 1 answer correct, and I'm that nigga in trading. You know, everybody got their perspective, but I ain't putting this work for that. So with that being said, this is a pair that I need to wait for it to break these highs. Once it breaks these highs, then we're in business. So GU, I'm bowing out. USDCAD, we already went over. We got our trading plan for USDCAD. The 30-30, we got new highs, right? As expected, we had a previous 3 weeks of drop. We had a drop rise. So this week, we had yesterday a new day of rise, right? We had our 3 days of rise, as expected, right? We expected that 3rd day of rise, right? After 2 days of rise, the market will go up. So today, it's another one that I'm not trading. Even though USD 30, oh no, I don't want to delete it. USD 30, we have the week drop rise, monthly. We had 3 months of rise, right? So this month is not a month of continuation for me. So US 30 is another one that I'm going to tap out on for today because we have 3 days of rise, right? Our price is still moving up. If we look at the overall trend, overall price is up. So will I trade this counter going down? No, not going to do that. Price is moving up. The trend is my friend. I want to participate in the trend. but I only trade 3 days. That fourth day is not the move for me. Gold. So gold gave us a no net yesterday, right? If you look at your MT4 platform, there was a gap here, right? There was a gap here on MT4. So that's why we didn't get that third day of rise today. All good in the hood, right? We got a drop. Overall markets up, right? Looking at market structure, again, market structure is key. Daily, what are we seeing? Right? Market's just choppy. No real direction here just yet. Right? We're trading between this high and this low. Actually, price broke out. This was a test. So we're trading between this high and this low. Right? 4 hour. Last week of drop. Yo, we didn't do this on Sunday? This is odd. Had a week of drop. 30-minute. What does my market structure look like? Right? We still respecting lower lows. Right? So in order for me to participate, what do I want to see? I want to see price break above here. Price breaks above here and starts to give me this. Now we good. Right? Right now, it's not a place. It's not that it's not a place. Right? Because we could break this down even further. Right? Just let's look at what's happening right now. Let's not look at all this because we're trading in between this zone. Right? So let's break that zone down. So we have a little bit better perspective of what's happening. Right? Lower time frame. We have these equals. We have lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Right? So at this point in time, we were trading between here and here. Between here, what do we have? Lower time frame now, not 35. Higher high, higher low. We have all this. Right? Price is just here. Have we had a change of character? No. Price is just sitting here. Right? So if we do, we have all this internal structure that's moving down. Right? So this internal structure is giving us what? Lower low, lower high. What I want to see happen here? I want to see price break above. Now I know we're pushing up. Right? Meaning I want to see him have a change of character, break a structure, retest. So then we could start participating. And overall, what it will be making? Price will be coming all the way back up here. Because technically here we have all this. Either you're going to come down or you're going to go up. So we still have all this to play with. We still can play in here. We can still play with them. But again, we have to win. We have to understand our stops and goes. We have to understand our stops and goes. So let's say we get in today. If we get in today, if we had a change, what would be my goal? My goal would be this. My stop would be 800. Then goal would be break retest will be a goal. Stop will be STP, which is not here, and or ADR high. Right? So stops and goals, we have to understand. Would I be trading off the lows? No, I would not be trading off the lows. Price, I can see price was swept, right? So I want to see price change to go up. Give me a change of character. Retest, okay. Give me a break of structure retest, better. That's 2 entries. Then stop 800. That will be the move. And it's giving us market structure. Again, we're just trading this V at this point in time. Until when? To the high. I hope that makes sense. You know, this pair is Mr. Steven Titan from the class. He's the expert, right? But this is a pair that I'm not trading until I see what's happening. And last but not least, Bitcoin. Bitcoin, we just monitoring from afar, taking it all in, seeing what it's doing, right? Price went. Has price broken that daily low, that daily zone? No, we're testing it, right? Like we should. But right now, trading at 39. Price went back down to 39. They got to scare the people off so the banks could get back in, right? Now that the banks know, right, there's a lot of good news and bad news with this because the major banks, BlackRock and banks, are blocking the EFT. They're blocking it. You cannot buy, just so you know, if you try to call any stockbroker and you want to buy the EFT with your Bank of America, the Bank of America does not allow you to buy it. You could buy any other stock, but you can't buy the EFT. You can't buy the Bitcoin bundles from these hedge fund companies. You can't invest in that. Just think about it. The banks, the government approved for Bitcoin to be traded, you know, in these financial firms, but your bank would not allow you to purchase from them. They would reject your purchase. You cannot transfer money into these firms or nothing if you're invested in the EFT. That shit is crazy. But that's what they're doing. Which time frame do you look for change of character? All time frames, Anwar. All time frames. You know, it all depends. Just rewatch this video. It's the first 15 minutes. I go over USDCAD, all time frames, from the daily all the way down to the 5. Right? So you could get a perspective, but it's a lot more intricate. Just go back and watch this video. Watch the first 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And that's going to answer all your questions, I promise you. If not, send me a private message in the Discord. And I get with you. But trust me, I went over that the first 10 minutes. And it's going to benefit you. Trust me on that. I'm not going to waste your time with no bullshit. I don't like wasting my time. So like I was saying, like it's kind of odd. They approved it and your personal bank, Chase, all the banks do not let you purchase it. So that shit is crazy. So guys, that's today's class. I hope you guys got some nuggets and some gems out of this. Don't forget, Mr. Jumper live trading room tomorrow, 6 a.m. Eastern. Make sure to join the Discord so you could get the link where he will be taking these entries live and some other ones, right? He will be taking them live in the trading room. I see you tomorrow, Cristiano. We have a one-on-one schedule for tomorrow. I know we do. I haven't confirmed it, but it's confirmed verbally between you and me right now. So I see you tomorrow in our one-on-one class. Mr. Jumper, see you guys. What else? Make sure to like and subscribe, guys. Make sure to share this content as well. So I'll see you guys tomorrow, 7 p.m. New York Eastern. Peace out.